everyone. Good evening. Today is Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026, regular session of the School Board of Trustees of the School City of East Chicago. The time is 6:03 p.m. The place is School City of East Chicago Administration Building, 1401 East 144th Street, East Chicago, Indiana, 46312. We're also via live stream at www.secek12.in.us. This is a public meeting of a school board to conduct the school corporation business and is not to be intended for any public community meeting. Madam Secretary, roll call.
Trustee Gibson King.
Present.
Trustee Gomez.
Present.
Chairman Rodriguez.
Present.
Trustee Smith.
Present.
And Trustee Taylor.
Present.
All right, we'll start the meeting for call to order, or we did that. We'll start the 1.02 Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. 1.03 mission statement, Dr. Bournet.
Good evening. The School City of East Chicago educates and empowers every student through aligned instruction, meaningful partnerships, and differentiated practices to ensure success in college, in life, college career, and civic engagement.
Thank you for that. I'd like to present a certification as it relates to our executive session meeting that was held on June 3rd by Indiana Code 514 1.5-6. Nothing else was conducted other than what was on the agenda for that. Item 2, the agenda. 2.01, approval of the agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
Madam Mr. President, I make a motion to approve 2.01.
Motion made by trustee Smith. Is there a second?
As point of order, there's a call to the audience before we vote on a matter.
Thank you, trustee Gomez. Do I hear, is there any comments from the audience as it relates to the agenda? 2.01. Hearing none. Is there a second to trustee Smith's motion?
Second.
Second by trustee Gomez. Any discussions?
Yes,
Trustee Gibson King?
yes, Mr. Chair, do we have the right agenda? Did you make some more agendas, Secretary Begum? Yeah. So what was changed on the one that we have now? Why was we got some more agendas made, Dr. Bonet?
We added item 6.16, which was the approval of textbook adoption.
So we don't have it on this agenda that I have. Well, let me see what. I'll come and get it. Okay, this is the new agenda. And you say what was added, Dr. Bonet?
I have 6.16, approval of textbook adoption.
Is there any discussion, any other discussion from the board? Madam Secretary, roll call?
Trustee Gibson King.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez.
Yes?
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Taylor.
Yes.
All right, item 3.01, Superintendent's report. Dr. Bournet.
Good evening again, school board. This is my report for June 23rd, 2026. In alignment with our strategic plan, focus area number 3, career pathways. There is a credential of value attached to all 12 of our pathways. Industry credentials are employment-focused certifications that verify specific skills and job readiness. They are highly valued by employers because they reduce training time, they serve as a competitive hiring advantage, and they often lead to higher starting salaries. We have almost tripled our industry certifications for the 2025-2026 school year. Last year, our students earned 45 credentials, and this year we are at 123 and still counting. Kudos to our Director of CTE, Ms. Broadnax, and our CTE teachers for leading this work. Let's give them a hand. In alignment with our core value of integrity and accountability, we have made the following revisions to the 2025-2026 administrator salary schedule. Primarily, we have increased transparency for the beginning, midpoint, and ending ranges. 0 to 9 years service with the district is beginning, 10 to 19 years of service is midpoint range, and 20-plus years is ending. We have also added managers to level 9 administrators. We have added another administrator category, level 10, which is program coordinators. The purpose of this tier is to distinguish administrators who have supervisory duties or direct reports, to distinguish them from those coordinators who only oversee or manage a program. We have clarified level 3 by adding professional educator license or PAIL certified, and we've clarified level 4 by adding IASBO, the Indiana Association of School Business Officials, certified. For the 2024-2025 administrator salary schedule, which we've placed a number of our administrators, which you'll find in the personnel report, to adjust for compensation analysis. That is based on our budget, which we had already accounted for at the beginning of the school year. That budget was shared with the board and the public per the Indiana board schedule, which was done during a public hearing. We don't have any comments regarding the budget recorded at that time of discussion. Secondly, the only adjustments we had to make when we resubmitted the budget was for any unforeseen administrative budgets, which was also discussed during a finance meeting held with the Finance Committee. And then finally, I want to share with the Board of Trustees and East Chicago community that the school city of East Chicago was recently highlighted by the Harvard Center for Educational Policy Research and the Educational Opportunity Project at Stanford University as a district on the rise for accelerating recovery after the pandemic. Our story is featured in the Education Scorecard, a national publication recognizing the work of over 100 districts improving faster than their peers in both math and reading. I want to acknowledge the hard work, commitment, and innovation that our leaders, teachers, staff, and students have contributed for SCEC to achieve this recognition. This is a big deal. We have to keep going, though. We must keep building on this foundation of being a district on the rise. We must keep moving with intention and executing with purpose because we are on the rise. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Barnett. Item 4, administrative report, Ms. Simmons?
Good evening, board. Good evening, audience.
Good evening.
Good evening. It's okay, we gonna say good evening, we can smile. Okay, I'm gonna give the end of May finance report. So I wanna go into the federal grants of the Title I. This is where we stand as far as the remaining balance and the awarded amount and what has been requested and spent. So the remaining balance is a little over $2 million. This balance is also for the rest of the salaries for the rest of the year. Everything is encumbered that we need to encumber going into 2027. So we will also, I do believe the pre-app for 27 is being taken care of right now, and it has started. So we will also have that coming up within the next month. Any questions on the remaining balance of federal Title I? Title II currently has 3 of them open. And most of this is due to the fact of we had some leftover money from the pandemic area. So they kept pushing the due date back. So at this time, the 2024 is part of the last of that amount. And we only have a remaining balance of 5,000 of that one, which is excellent. We do have a remaining balance of 684.7. We have a remaining of 224,000 in that Title II. But after talking to Nathan today, a lot of that, some of that money has been earmarked for PD training with the coming up of this part of over the summer and going into the fall. So we, again, good thing we have not started spending the new funds, so we'll know how to budget going in a little bit more per school. And also we can pick up, we know what to look for going into 2027. Title IV, the one again of the 5A4.4 is a trickle down that has been carrying over. Now we are finally done with that. So we're into the 2025. All these funds end on 9/30/26. That means all money has to be encumbered. So by the end of December the 15th, all money has been encumbered and spent and reimbursed from the state. Again, we have the 2026 on file, which is a good thing. So going into 2027, we do have a great deal of funds to spend at the beginning of the year for anything that comes up. And the Education and Operation Fund. This is our total at the end of May 31st. Education, basically what comes with the education is our expenses is normally right around what we take in for the basic grant. So we've been holding pretty steady. Some months that we go over, maybe at the most 250,000, then that's at the most, but normally we stay right in the range. This particular month, we did really good. Was staying in our range of, so we increased our education fund by the end of the month. Operation fund, as we know, we only get money in unless I do a transfer of $500,000 from the education to the operation. This particular month, I did not, due to the fact that we have our property taxes coming in June. So indication of the $548,000, by the end of June, we will be back up into $4 million because of our property taxes coming in. This will hold us over going into the new school year. And also, we, budget-wise, we're gonna relook at the budget for this particular account and what we actually have spent and what we actually can eliminate on our spending, so we can hold a good balance on the operation fund. Any questions? Any
We'll
questions?
start with the audience. Is there any questions from the audience? Any questions from the board?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, go ahead.
No, go
Trustee
ahead,
Smith.
trustee,
You go ahead. You can go ahead.
Trustee Gibson King?
No, Ms. Smith can go. I had to think
Trustee
about how I'm gonna word this.
Ms. Simmons, you know we have a finance meeting coming up. Can you please have that information for us in paper?
Yes, I
Okay.
will. I'll also send the PowerPoint over to Ms. Diane, and Ms. Diane is gonna email it over to you also, so you'll have it in your emails too.
Appreciate it, thank you.
And another item, with regards to what the superintendent mentioned as far as in his brief discussion on the 2025-2026 salary schedule, is there, can we also have a financial assessment from you, as well as a comparison throughout the districts here in Indiana?
Okay,
Yeah, just so that we,
so you want me to compare it to just to the salary schedule?
yeah,
Okay, okay.
Okay.
thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chair, yes, Ms. Leela, the $1.3 million that we have to pay back to the state, is this, what money is that coming out of? Is it on
$1.3
here?
million, we did not pay back $1.3 million to the
So
state, we
something
put
we
it
have to
in,
pay
we
back-
had,
we had to pay
that
them
was
back some
taken
money.
care in April. It was on the claim docket of April.
Okay, so what,
These funds here are what we have
okay.
to date.
These are
The
date funds.
return that we did was, I do believe it was April, the last, board meeting of April. All those were listed on there were the funds that actually went back.
That went back? Okay,
So we have taken care of this. These are solid dollar amounts here.
okay.
I'm sorry, if I can clarify, trustee Gibson King, are you asking what funding source we use to pay
Yeah,
the
to
money?
pay them back, yes, that's what my question was.
Oh,
what do
you
we
wanted to know
use?
what funding
Yes.
source that we used?
Thank you.
We used the education fund.
Education fund pay them back? Okay, thank you.
I have a quick question.
Trustee Taylor?
Yes. Ms. Simmons, you mentioned that in June, we should be receiving the property taxes, the dollars from the property taxes.
Correct. Today is June 23rd. We should have them by the 26th, 27th. So sometime probably the end of this week.
Do we know what that dollar amount is yet, or?
I have not received the email on the dollar amount, what to expect. in
Okay.
advance yet.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I can share that with everyone once I receive the email.
Sounds good, thank you.
So if you have that information before we have our financial meeting, I know you will give it to us.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll give you an analyst, printout of all the last 3 years of what we have received from the property tax. See if we're high or low. I know last December, it did not come in as high as we thought it was gonna come in, and it was due to some of our, debt. But it should be adjusted on this one, so we can see exactly where we at.
Thank you.
And just to sort of clarify, I know you mentioned the week of the 23rd receiving the funds, the 26th or the 27th. But to my understanding, from the treasurer's office, it would probably be the week of the 29th. A lot of their property taxes, elections, everything that was added to that, so that's all coming on the week of the 29th,
Oh, okay.
which means that you'll get it either 2 or 3 days after, unless you go personally pick it up.
No, it goes straight to the bank account.
Any other questions?
My question is.
Trustee Gomez?
On the, in terms of the Title I grants, but actually the Title II as well, how do these compare relative to previous years where, I know the numbers change from year to year, but how do we stand compared to previous years in terms of the remaining balance that we have through 9/30?
So this year was a little bit more intense on keeping up with the balances due to the fact of the amount of money that we had to return back to the state. So I can say Mozzie and the staff in federal has been kept up with the balances. We're back to the old way of making sure the POs matches what's outstanding, what's encumbered. So we are keeping up with the balances pretty good this going into this year. And it was due to the fact that we had to send back the funding.
So the numbers that we're looking at were generated when?
These were generated today, actually. Yep,
And they were generated by who?
they are generated by Mozzie.
By
And-
Mozzie.
Yep, Mozzie and their staff is working closely with our agent there in the federal office.
So this is Mozzie's? Okay, okay.
Yep. Mozzie is all over all federal funds.
Yeah.
And that's why I was asking, because I know that in previous years, we had a huge gap in the way things had been reported, and frankly, some failure in the leadership. So I really would like to know if you could provide, if you could have Mozzie provide to the board a snapshot of what we have here today for the previous 2 or 3 years,
Okay, you want it year to date?
year to date.
Year to date, okay.
I'm sorry, Jesse, can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I'd asked Ms. Simmons to ask Mozzie to provide to the board the same financial report.
Okay,
Now, this says May 2026.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
so
the ending of May, of the May 20, it's 2026, right? Yeah.
that's what it says here.
Yeah, so I did the end of May balances. So they're not to date, they're the end of May close. On the last board meeting of the month, I'm presenting the close of the previous month.
So are these numbers
These are the numbers
generated
that I
today or May
received from,
26?
that I received from them today.
The numbers I'm asking for are the same numbers, but for previous years. So instead of 2026, 2025, 2024, the same data. I want to see the same data from the previous 2 or 3 years.
from Mozzie.
From, yeah, well, Mozzie could generate
okay.
it for us. Sure.
I can tell you one more thing, that probably Title II and Title IV is gonna have a little bit more, because we were still carrying COVID money down, so you're gonna have a lot more funds on there.
That's fair. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Gomez.
Thank you.
As we move to our next item, which is item 5, the consent agenda, which encompasses 5.01, distribution of payroll, 5.02, approval of claim docket, as well as 5.03, approval of executive session on June 3rd, as well as the regular session minutes for both June 3rd and June 9th. Do I hear any comments from the audience? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve.
Motion made by trustee Smith, is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Taylor, is there any discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call?
Trustee Gibson King?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
Yes?
Trustee Smith?
Yes,
Trustee Taylor?
Yes.
Okay, we move to our next item, which is new business. Item 6.01, approval of memorandum of understanding with Coates. Dr. Bournet.
This is the item, we had a discussion of this item at the June 9th board meeting. Coates will support ensuring that a number of our resources, and specifically our accountability metrics, are met in the FAFSA completion rate. This year, without the support of Coates, we are hovering around 42% of completed FAFSA. We hope to increase that amount using this resource.
Thank you. Is there any comments from the audience? Ms. Steinbeck?
Helen Steinbach, 5207 East 73rd Avenue. So it was on the agenda as a discussion item, and then was it discussed amongst you guys after that? Or just the information that Dr. Bournet is providing? I would ask that you would look at the data from the counselors at the high school this year to see some of those goals that were met by them, and is it really necessary to have an outside agency? Could we use those funds that we're gonna pay an outside agency to maybe add an additional stipend to the counselors' pay that have worked so hard to get our students graduated and to meet those goals that we need for the accountability model? Thank you.
All right. Do we motion? Do I hear a motion, or can I get a motion to approve?
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve.
Trustee Smith made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Taylor. Are there any discussions?
Yeah, Mr. Chair. it's
Trustee
like,
Gibson King.
Like Helen explained, it's my understanding that we were gonna discuss this, that's on the agenda here, and there was no, I don't recall no discussion about this at all. To talk about, this coats, and, I would like to get some data as far as, what our councils are doing as far as this is concerned here. Because my understanding, there may be some of the services that's already being provided by some people that are in our school system already. But the main thing was it was not discussed. And that's what I thought was gonna happen here, was gonna be open for discussion with the board.
Trustee Smith?
So, trustee King,
Yes,
you're saying you want to,
here it is on the agenda. It says-
yeah, but I'm just saying, but you want to say you want to do a little more discussion about
Yes,
this?
yes, that's what I'm asking.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to table this item.
There's a motion made to table item 6.01. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by trustee Gibson King. Do we need a discussion on the motion? Any discussion on the trustee Gomez's motion?
Oh, that's what, well, I didn't call that no discussion, because it was Helen talking at us.
All right, Madam Secretary, roll call on this, on Jesse's motion.
Mr. Chair, if I can, I just overheard a comment by the superintendent that it was discussed at the last board meeting. Hate to say it's disingenuous, but I think dropping something on the table and, you know, putting it online, this isn't a lot to go through, but I think there's some legitimate questions about, you know, the efficiency of this. The cost is close to, or over $85,000, a significant amount of money that we would invest. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that the part of the discussion is what's lacking. And we've just heard from Ms. Steinbeck, the Teachers Union President, her input, and I think that's valuable input. And for us to have more meaningful discussion, rather than just to drop it as an agenda item, calling it discussion in a public meeting isn't enough. There may be more people who'd like to weigh in on this. So that's the purpose of asking for it to be tabled, simply for it to be discussed again. Not for it to be voted down, just for it to be discussed again.
Any other discussions? Madam Secretary, roll call on this,
Trustee Gibson King.
Some voting to table it.
on the table,
Yes,
correct?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Taylor.
Yes.
Item 6.02, approval of ES&S staffing agreement for the 2026-2027 year. Dr. Bournet.
Good evening again. This is to extend the existing contract we have at ESS, which provides us with substitute teachers and paraprofessionals and other staff positions such as nurses. This will be the second year of the contract. We started with them late the 24-25 school year. The rates remain the same.
Is there any comments from the audience with regards to item 6.02?
Yes, my name
Mr.
is
Tisdale.
Reggie Tisdale, 4801 Walsh Avenue, East Chicago's south side, which is the best side. Anyway, I never, in my gut like this in the beginning, outsourcing something when George Manis and Robert Doctor did a wonderful job finding the substitutes and the way they did it, they went to the churches and talked to the pastors and they advertised and they worked at it. And after reviewing these rates for next year, you got a rate for the sub and about 40 more bucks a day for the people. Now, why don't you just think about increasing the rates for the sub and adding some of that fee for the company to that person? And I bet you might get a lot more people in. And you might consider, our clerks are hardworking. Maybe give them a stipend to get these subs in the morning and get the list. I think he'd even be better off hiring an entry-level clerk that just concentrates on that job. One of our people in East Chicago concentrate on getting the good people in. We got a lot of great grandmas in the churches, but they don't know about this. I don't think they study the website every day, but I think they would really entertain being a substitute for us. That's all I gotta say.
Any other comments from the audience? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve item 6.02?
I make a motion to approve 6.02.
Motion made by trustee Smith, is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Taylor. Are there any discussions?
Yes, Mr. Chair, it's my understanding that the last school board meeting, Mr. Harris, it was on the agenda to be approved. Now, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say this or be more transparent about this company with a situation that we had about a child, and one of the staff locked the child up in the closet and put the chair on the door, and we discussed this, and we had said that we was not going to entertain this company because of the situation at hand here, and there may be some legalities coming about this. We didn't forget about that.
So the legal matters we can't discuss in a
Well,
public
okay, we
meeting,
don't have
but
to do that, but I mean, I shouldn't have to say this far, because I thought you made it clear at the last board meeting, right?
yes, and I do
Okay, and
acknowledge
so-
there are legal issues.
So here we
I
go
acknowledge.
again with it on the agenda again. So these are the kind of things that we find ourselves, as a board, trying to do things that I know is wrong. So I don't, so I don't think that we need to even take this off the agenda as well.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair,
Mr. Gomez?
thank you. I would like to acknowledge Mr. Tisdale's comments. I think they're right on point. And I agree with trustee Gibson King. This is a legal matter that's in front of the board. I think we would be entering dangerous waters here if we move forward with this. I'll defer to the comments of an opinion of our attorney that this is something we should review further and perhaps in executive session. So I'd like to make a motion to table this item as well.
Motion made by trustee Gomez to table item 6.02. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by trustee Gibson King. Are there any discussion on the table?
Attorney Harris,
Yes.
would you elaborate to the extent that you can about the situation that we find ourselves in with?
Yeah, I can't get into too many details, but I do acknowledge the fact that there is a legal matter that's currently pending. It does involve ESS. It does concern me as counsel for the district. If the board is going to take a vote to table this matter, I think a further condition of tabling this would be to have a representative from ESS attend an executive session and report on that matter so that the board has some further information and some better knowledge so that it can make a decision going forward. But unless and until that happens, I understand the board's reservation of moving forward with their contract.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call on the table.
Trustee Gibson King?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
Yes?
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Taylor?
Yes.
All right, item 6.03, approval of student handbook. Dr. Bournet.
We're going to have Dr. Yanders present to the board the major changes that are in the 25-26 school handbook from the 26-27 school handbook.
You understand that you all don't have a rough draft of, the new handbook, and that's because our printing machine is down.
We have a rough draft.
Okay.
You
They
ain't
got
got,
the-
you
they
don't
got
have no
it?
pa,
Okay.
you don't have the pages on it, but we got one.
Okay, that's what it is, okay. To do the one with the pages on it, there you go. Thank you for that correction. Okay. So for 26, 27. Student handbook. Some of the major changes that are taking place occurred due to, oh, first, let me start. Let me thank the committee. They worked very hard on putting this together, with getting input from other staff members. Also, with the process that took place with us putting this together. How did we do it? Where do we begin? It's not moving. I could just point to you. Where do we begin? So as I stated before, the committee did a great job with surveying everyone in their building to get input on some changes that need to take place in the student handbook compared to 25-26. 25-26 student handbook was a complete overhaul of the previous student handbooks because of so many things were outdated. One thing we noticed that was in the last one was pagers, beepers. We know kids don't have pagers anymore, right? They have $2,000 cell phones. So those are one of the changes that took place from 24 to 25, 25, 26. So 26, 27, they surveyed the staff. There was, we had a Google spreadsheet and it listed all of the concerns from some of the students, some of the staff members in their buildings. Another process that took place is we debriefed. We talked about some of the things that we noticed that needed to be changed for the 26-27 school year. And as always, we looked at and took into the fact that there were a lot of legal issues or a couple of legal issues that changed for this school year. And the major one we're going to talk about at the end because that's a biggie, Senate Bill 78. So once again, the changes. So just to highlight and point out some of the major changes, changes in student enrollment, changes in the waiver process for early entrance to kindergarten, honors transfers, refining the perimeters on backpacks and personal carrying bags, possession or use of portable electronic equipment, which was the bill that Senate Bill 78, number 6, prohibition of student wireless devices. So with the, go ahead, go to the next one. Oh, there you go. Student enrollment on page 8, which you all don't have the pages, in student enrollment, IC 20-26-19-7. Before, in the previous student parent handbook, it's at the beginning. If you all want to go to the student, I can give you time if you all need time. Are you there? Okay, so before, we could allow parents and guardians 30 days to give us all of the documentation that they need to enroll their child. They had up to 30 days to give us the current utility bill, lease, things of that nature. The new enrollment law from Indiana Code 20-26-19-7 is 10 days. So now they have 10 days upon arrival to give us that information for their child who is registering with School City of East Chicago. Kindergarten waiver. According to IC 20-33-2-7, a child must be 5 years of age on August 1st of the school year in order to be enrolled in our kindergarten programs. School City of East Chicago recognizes the fact that we have many students who are mature enough, who have excelled academically, and they might not be 5 years of age on August 1st of that school year. We have children who might be 4 years old, 3 years old, well, 4 years old, not 3, 4 years old, and they're turning after August 1st. But when we give them an assessment, which is called the early interest waiver early interest kindergarten assessment, readiness assessment, they prove and they've shown that they are ready to move on to kindergarten, and they might be 4 years old, but they're turning 5 years old between August 1st and September 1st. Now, if it's after September 1st, they'll have to wait till the next school year. Okay, you all with me? All right. Honors transfers. As stated before, we got input from staff members in the buildings, our committee debriefing, looking at other districts and noticing that we have students who work very hard at Central High School for scholarships, for rankings and things of that nature. So under your student enrollment section, there's a section that's added called Honors Transfers. And this is pertaining to our valedictorian and salutatorian eligibility. To be eligible for consideration of being the valedictorian and salutatorian, transfer students must be enrolled at EC Central for a minimum of 3 semesters prior to the first semester of their senior year. Students who transfer to Central after the first semester of their sophomore year will not be eligible for consideration for salutatorian or valedictorian. Exceptions to this policy may be made for students from military families. Carrying bags on page 21, if you all had numbers, but it's under the section student dress code, if you want to follow me there. So an update to the backpack and carrying bag guidelines. Students are not permitted to carry backpacks or large bags during the school day. All backpacks and large bags must be made of a clear material and must be stored in their lockers upon arrival and remain there until dismissal. Backpacks are not to be left in the hallways at any time. Let me remind everyone that's listening, that is a fire hazard. So we can no longer allow our students to have those backpacks in the hallway. Students may carry a small purse or fanny pack that is no larger than 6 by 9. Students may also carry a laptop bag that measures no more than 13 by 9 inches. Exceptions to this policy may be made at the discretion of the responsible or the building or the responsibility of the principal or his or her designee. I also want to remind everyone, you know that we have the back to school rally and BP donates a lot of backpacks. Well, BP was on strike this year, so it was a little hard for Ms. Alvarez to get in touch with someone with BP because we want to make sure that they donate clear backpacks. So if that doesn't happen, we may have to just slide into this policy for the 27-28 school year because they are one of our biggest partners with supplying our students with backpacks. Okay, getting to the meat of it. The portable electronic equipment. This was the previous law that was passed where these guidelines, this rule applies to the use of cell phones, laser pointers, iPads, headphones, earbuds, smartwatches, AI, you name it, anything wireless. And this rule right here, the last rule was that students could bring the devices to school and they can use it in between classes or during lunch periods. Go to the next one. Senate Bill 88, the Student Wireless Communication Device Policy, amended the previous law under IC 2026-5-40.7, which allowed them to have those devices in between classes during lunches. Senate Bill 78 says can't have them at all. Each school, corporation, and charter school shall adopt and implement a wireless communication device policy that, except as provided in subdivisions 2 and 3 and subsection D, prohibits a student from using a wireless communication device during instructional time. What are those wireless communication devices? All of those things that I named before. Everything from the earbuds to the iPads. And then, you know, they have the AI glasses.
I was gonna say the
Yes,
AI glasses.
yes, ma'am. Now they have the AI glasses. So all of those things are prohibited bell to bell. Bell to bell. When does it take effect? July 1st. So it was signed by the governor on March 5th, and it takes effect July 1st. So listening audience, parents, guardians, students, if you're at home watching this, please be mindful. When you return to school on July 1st, you can no longer bring those items to you. Now, there are 2 provisions too to this law where you can elect to, they can't bring them into the building at all, or they can come to the building, but they have to have them locked up. But I also want to remind parents too, we are not responsible for lost or stolen devices. I want to put that back out there. We've already started to communicate this because we do understand the fact that a lot of parents, I got to get in touch with my kid. We understand that. So the law, Senate Bill 78, does make provisions for students who need them for medical reasons and things of that nature. We've already started to communicate this. If you look on our Facebook page, it's already been communicated. Our website, it has also been communicated. And we also have this lovely flyer that we also have on our website and have shared with many parents, where it stipulates and it states those things that are allowed, those things that are not allowed. But for the most part, I want everyone to know they are not. And it is the law. It's not what the school board voted. Don't say the school board. They said we can't use them. Don't say Superintendent Bournet said we can't use them. Don't say that anyone cannot use them. This is the law. Resources for those of you that want to look at these bills, Senate Bill, especially Senate Bill 78. You can go to Justeel Law, Find Law, Legiscan, and that's always IDOE. And a special thank you to Jeremy Torres and Mr. Nick Snow. Thank you.
Is there any comments from the audience? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve item 6.03, approval of student handbook?
Madam President, Mr. President, I make a motion to approve.
A motion made by trustee Smith. Is there a second? Yeah, I'll second.
Second.
A second by trustee Taylor. Are there any discussions?
Yes, I just have one question. Hopefully I didn't miss in your presentation. So now, if there's a child with disabilities or whatever, they have to basically go to
The process.
the process and letting them know that my child is a diabetic. And I'm just using this as an example.
Yes, ma'am.
And the teacher's not aware that this child is a diabetic and his head is down. And the parent hasn't let the teachers or the instructors or the whomever know that this child is a gestational diabetic. So now, how, if the child needs an insulin, how would the child, I'm just saying, these are just an example, how would the child communicate with the teacher in order to get the parent or get the parent to let them know, Mom, I need my insulin?
Well, does the child have the insulin with them, or does mom have the insulin?
I'm just saying if the mom has the insulin.
If the mom has the insulin, then that child, either way it goes, should be communicating that with, if they're old enough, you know, we have younger kids that don't know how to communicate that, but they should be communicating that if the parent hasn't informed the school, the child should be informing the teacher, and we can get them medical help, we can get our nurses to them immediately. But if something that's serious, me as a parent, I'm gonna make sure the whole world knows that my child is diabetic.
Yeah, we would, but some parents don't think that way. They feel that it's the school's responsibility to know. So just for, I know what the law is, the law. I'm just saying we can't amend the law, but I'm just saying, I'm putting this out there for the
Parents,
listening
please
artists.
let them know.
You need, if your child has any type of illnesses or disabilities, and they have to have your immediate attention, that's your responsibility, not the school's responsibility, to come and talk to the teacher, the principal, or the curriculum person, or whomever's in charge, the social worker, that my child has some type of disability and might need to have immediate access to my phone, not to play with, but for his health or safety. So parents, I'm letting you know, the first time you come in and want to blame the school, you dropped the ball on not letting the district know your child's needs. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to make that perfectly clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a quick question.
Trustee Taylor?
Yes,
President Taylor.
and maybe security can answer this. Do the cell phones set off the metal detectors?
They don't
No,
work yet.
no. Officer Howard said no.
Okay, thank you.
I have one item, or one question. So I know you have Indiana Senate Bill 78, SB 78, throughout these pages. But once it's approved by the governor, I believe it's the Senate Enrolled Act 78. I see you have it in red
So it should be
here.
SEA.
SEA, yeah, so I noticed, and it says amended by SB 78, so if we can just change that to SEA on some of those areas. Now, during the course, yeah, it was SB 78 through the legislatures, but once it gets approved, it's a Senate Enrolled Act.
Okay. So we'll make that change in the student handbook, make sure that that's spelled out SEA and not SB. Because when we were doing it, it was SB.
Right. And keep in mind, SB 78 is going to be a different title next year. So each time it goes in front of legislation, SB 78 is something different.
You mean SEA will be something different?
No, SEA stays as that, but Senate bill is just a Senate bill, so,
Okay.
yep.
But
Thank you.
but what he's saying is, as of January, that Senate bill,
Starts over.
will change.
Okay.
So you have to
So I mean,
change.
we have to change it in the student handbook for
Yeah.
27, 28?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, any other discussions? Hearing none, I believe we voted on, or we made a motion, so Madam Secretary, roll call.
Trustee Gibson King,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
No,
He said no.
Chairman Rodriguez,
Yes?
trustee Smith,
Yes.
President Taylor.
Yes,
All right, item 6.05, approval of food service delivery truck quote.
point of order, 6.04.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, trustee Gomez. Item 6.04, approval of teachers or Teamsters stipend. Are there any comments from the audience with regards to item 6.04? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve item 6.04?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve 6.04.
Trustee Gomez made a motion to approve item 6.04. Is there a second?
Second.
Second made by trustee Smith, or Secretary Smith. Is there any discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call.
Trustee Gibson King,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes,
Chairman Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
President Taylor.
yes,
Moving on, item 6.05, approval of food service delivery truck quote. Do I hear any comments from the audience with regards to item 6.05? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve item 6.05?
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve 6.05.
Motion made by trustees, or Secretary Smith. Is there a second? Second by trustee Gomez. Are there any discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call?
Trustee Gibson King,
Yes.
trustee Gomez.
yes,
Chairman Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
President Taylor.
yes,
Item 6.06, approval of food service bid recommendations. Is there any comments from the audience? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve item 6.06?
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve 6.06.
Motion made by trustee Smith. Is there a second? I'll second that motion. Are there any discussions?
Mr. Chair.
Trustee Gomez.
Thank you. I'd like to get more information on how this is going to work at the ground level.
Those are our hello, board. Those are our contracts for GFS for our food. And then Piazza Produce is for fresh produce out of the state of Indiana. Pure Prairie Farms is our milk contract. And, I forget which, and then the bread contract is the other one, Alpha Bakery. And those are just purchased directly from them, and then billed through the 0800 account.
And how is the bidding process for this?
So we worked with NESIC, which is the Northern Indiana Educational Services Center, that allows us to bid with other, actually 32 other school districts in Northern Indiana. And then that spreads out to the accompanying regions that they also work with. So they put out a formal bid, and then that gives us more buildings to strengthen our bidding numbers. So instead of just being our 7 schools, we're bidding with all of those schools, which allows for our costs to be down on most of our items.
And is there consideration for local, like farmers and others that are part of this?
Yeah, those are going to be done usually through some of our smaller purchases. This is our big giant formal bid, which is the majority of the stuff that we purchased. It leaves room for, I think, 10 to 15% that we will purchase locally, plus DoD Fresh, which is where we put a lot of our commodity dollars, is United States based and usually coming out of the region.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call.
Yeah, I want to ask him a question, I'm sorry.
Mr. Hill?
The food that's being prepared for for the students, is it cooked at the schools, or is it brought in and you warm it up?
Oh, no, that's one of the reasons that we have the truck, is because we move our stock to the sites, and each site makes their own food. We just have a very small space to work in. So everything is made, I don't want to say everything's made from scratch, because that's not an accurate statement, but 70% is from a scratch standpoint. But nothing is made off-site and brought to our schools. Each individual school has its own kitchen, its own operating ovens, its own staff, and all the menus and recipes are followed at each individual site.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Harrell, I did have one question with regards to food services. Is there like an educational component for our students to maybe engage in culinary?
There is a couple of aspects that we'll be introducing as we get our feet on the ground. I do want to work with the culinary department over at the high school. I have some ideas I'm presenting to Dr. Bournet over the week. I'm a big fan of like the vegetable of the month, vegetable of the week, things like that. We'll have educational information on benefits of broccoli or the benefits of an orange or whatever it might be for that month. And then additionally, we will eventually bring on the Try It program, which is where there will be like stickers that kids get that say, today I tried broccoli or whatever, and they get little points to like try new foods and things that they might not have tried otherwise.
Any other discussions? Okay.
This particular item is only dealing with the food truck delivery.
No, the food truck was already passed. This does with our 4 contracts for Gordon Food Service, which is going to be our main provider of foods. And then the second one is going to be Prairie Farms, which is our milk. The third one's going to be Alpha Baking, so we can get fresh bakery items brought to us. And then I lost track of where I was at, but the fourth one is also for.
I do understand.
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's a typo. Is that pizza?
Piazza, I'm sorry,
Piazza.
Piazza's Fresh Produce.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay, any other discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call.
Trustee Gibson King?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
President Taylor?
Yes.
Okay, next item, 6.07, approval of cafeteria tables quote. Do I hear any comments from the audience? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve item 6.07?
Mr. Chair, motion to approve 6.07.
Motion made by trustee Gomez. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Secretary Smith. Are there any discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call.
Trustee Gibson King?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
President Taylor?
Yes.
Item 6.08, approval of contractual services, summer school tutoring for St. Stan's, July 27th through August 1st, 2026. Is there any comments from the audience? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve item 6.08?
Mr. Chair, motion to approve 6.08.
Motion made by trustee Gomez,
Second.
second by trustee Smith. Are there any discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call.
Trustee Gibson King?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
President Taylor?
Yes.
Item 6.09, approval of federal mileage rate. Is there any comments from the audience with regards to item 6.09? Hearing none, is there a motion by the board
Madam,
to approve?
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Secretary Smith. Is there a second? Second by trustee Gomez. Are there any discussions?
Yes.
Trustees, Madam Secretary Smith.
Well, it's just an approval for federal mileage rate. Does that mean for, not only just, is that for just, when staff is going to, different professional development and different other school-related activities? I mean, like professional development, conferences, so on and so on. Okay.
I do have one question as well to trustee Simmons. In regards to the mileage rates, now, the federal government, I believe, approved that back in December, and so there's a lot of mileage rates that may have
That's not
not
being
been.
adjusted.
Has to be adjusted.
Yep.
Okay.
So do we have to go retro?
Yes, we will be doing retro. My clerk's already awarded, alerted me that.
Okay, thank you.
And I do see that the second paragraph says 72.5 cents.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we went
I'm used to like 0.725, but
No.
72.5 cents is accurate, okay.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
That is federal. They want the extra.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any other discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call?
Trustee Gibson King?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
Yes?
Yes.
President Taylor?
Yes.
Next item, 6.10, approval of administrative salary schedule 2526. Any comments from the audience?
Reggie Tisdale, 4801 Walsh, East Chicago South Side. I first would like to say thank you to Dr. Bornase for sharing, I was told, sharing some documents that I created with the board. And I also have some information in the Indiana Code about salary schedules. He has to pass them out, not me, if he wants to.
Well, could have gave it to me.
Found protocol.
When have you ever followed protocol, Reggie?
Well, anyway, the reason why this piqued my attention, because the last board meeting, I kept hearing, who did we get cited by? Who cited us for not having an administrative salary schedule? Because my research turns up, Indiana Code doesn't ask for one. The board doesn't ask for one. State Board of Accounts don't ask for one. Now, you as a local body can have one, but to say we got cited, I'd just like to know who cited us.
I believe it's more of a counting situation where the administrators and certified administrators and so forth were outside of the salary schedule on the low end. So we got cited because we approved the salary schedule, and the State Board of Accounts said, well, you approved it, but you didn't at least bring these individuals up to the lower end of the salary schedule. So that's how we got cited. And this,
Okay, well,
I
that
want to say
makes-
this was back in 2022.
That makes some sense to me, but they act like they have no interest. When I talk to them, they have no interest in salary schedules. And what they told me is, you have a salary schedule. You hired an administrator at this salary. And, last time Mr. Gomez made the comment, don't they have a regular teacher's contract and get the same 2 or 3% every year? And I think somebody said yes. Well, if you look at some of those documents I got, last 5 years, they've gotten 5 to 8% a year, which I think every employee group here would probably take that every year. And that's per Indiana Gateway. That's what this corporation submitted to Indiana Gateway. That's not Reggie Tisdale making it up. And hey, God bless them all. I hope they all get 5% or more every year. But that's why I looked into that. And nobody expects a salary schedule, but you all can have one if you want. So I just want to make that clear. Thank you.
Dr. Boyer, you want to answer that? I mean, after Helen. Go ahead, Ms. Steinbeck, I'm sorry.
Helen Steinbach, 5207 East 73rd Avenue, Maryville, Indiana. So the administrative salary schedule that's in the personnel report tonight, is this different than the one that was on the agenda on October 28th, 2025? Was that that one was approved already? Is this one different than that one? Yes, okay. So that's why it's on the agenda to be approved again? Okay, all right. And again, some of our groups didn't get anything but a $1,000 stipend.
Any other discussion or comments from the audience? Is there a motion to approve? Item 6.10.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Is there a motion to approve item 6.10?
I'll make a motion to approve I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by trustee Smith. Is there a second?
Probably not.
Second.
Second by trustee Taylor. Are there any discussions?
Mr. Chair,
Trustee Gomez.
the issue I have with this salary schedule is that realistically, it is just a years of service. It's not performance-based. There is no incentive for anyone to perform other than to just stick around for 9, 10 to 19, 20-plus years, and you get your raise. And I just feel that without any sort of incentive to stay here within the district, other than to just stay here in the district, there's a way better salary schedule that we could put together than this. I don't find this really helpful to improving student outcomes. And I
Is there
believe
any
that's what we're
other
here for.
discussion? I'm sorry?
I believe that's what we're here for.
Is there any other discussions? I do have a concern as well, only with regards to the fact that we are still cleaning up on the 2024-2025 salary schedule. So we had a finance meeting. We had some proposed, I think there was about 17 of them that were not even in the salary schedule that should have been in the salary schedule. I believe myself, and this is all televised, so if you want to watch the finance meeting in May, you can see that. Also, items were given to this board. I guess the question to me is, before we can move on to the next item or next leap in 2025, 2026, we have to clean up what we approved in 2024, 2025. So my recommendation at this point is if I can make a recommendation to table this item, so we first handle the 2024, 2025 salary schedule discrepancies that we found and that we're willing to clean up. And also, too, what we can do is in our finance meeting on the 29th, we can bring the 2025, 2026 salary schedule to the agenda, as well as all the items that are recommended for 2025, 2026 increases. But right now, I think the most.
Chairman.
Trustee Taylor.
I'm sorry, I was gonna go ahead and make that motion to table it.
Second.
Table item 6.10.
Okay,
Approval
motion
of the
made by
administrative
trustee
salary
Taylor
schedule.
on the table, second by trustee Gomez. Are there any discussions? Madam Secretary, roll call on the table?
Trustee Gibson King?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
No.
President Taylor?
Yes.
Okay, item 6.11, approval of the Keep Indiana Learning. This is a professional development, I assume. Dr. Bournet.
Going to have Dr. Yanders or Ms. Gutierrez come and address item 6.11.
So Keep Indiana Learning is one of those organizations that's used by the Indiana Department of Education. We've had some changes to our math curriculum and assessments, as well as placing them in leveled learning, proficiencies, not proficient, things of that nature. We attended a conference, myself as well as instructional coaches, Ms. Gutierrez, and I believe one building administrator, and they did an excellent job on explaining what the new MTSS process is for math. So instead of all of us going out to them, we're asking for them to come to us. And so we're going to take advantage of that opportunity to provide us with professional development, MTSS, not only for math, but for language arts as well.
Thank you. Is there any comments from the audience with regards to item 6.11? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve item 6.11?
Mr. President, make a motion to approve 6.11.
Motion made by trustee Smith. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Madam President Taylor. Are there any discussions?
Mr. Chair,
Trustee Gomez?
on page 3 where the grid shows the total cost, I noticed that the dates here are in July. That's a time where our principals are off. So I'd like to hear why we're scheduling it at that point in time.
Okay, for July 27th and 28th, the principals, the building administrators are coming back in for that training. That's a Monday and a Tuesday, right, Ms. Gutierrez? So the principals will be in on those days, on the 27th and the 28th. So their contracted day starts on the 29th. We're going to have them come in early on the 27th and the 28th to do the training with the teachers. We're also asking for, teachers are not contracted to come in, so there should be a memo that will be forthcoming because we're surveying the teachers right now. So there'll be a memo, Trustee Gomez, for teachers to come in and get stipends to be trained on that day.
And how many do you anticipate being present?
Oh, they're on there tonight? Okay. So which buildings we have on there tonight? McKinley, should be McKinley.
We have McKinley, Block.
Okay.
We're waiting on, in process is,
Lincoln, Washington, and Central.
they'll be on July 14th now.
Teachers are gone for the summer, so trying to reach out to them as best as we can so they can come in on the 27th and 28th. And it's also going to help as they create curriculum maps and planning and things of that nature, and making sure that we pay close attention to tiered instruction.
Okay, thanks.
Any other discussions? Madam Secretary, roll call?
Trustee Gibson King?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
Yes?
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
President Taylor?
Yes.
Item 6.12, approval of professional development request. Is there any comments from the audience on item 6.12? Hearing none, can I get a motion for item 6.12?
Mayor, Mr. President, I make a motion for 6.12.
Motion made by trustee Smith. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Taylor. Are there any discussions?
Mr. President,
Trustee Gomez?
thank you. Dr. Bonet, see, there's a total of 4 line items here in the PD page where it says highlighted in yellow are mandatory. None of these are mandatory?
That is correct.
Okay. And I appreciate that these people turned in their reports or requests on time. Thank you. That's all I have.
Any other discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call.
Trustee Gibson King?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
Yes?
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
President Taylor?
Yes.
Item 6.13, approval of scanning and shredding contractual service quote. Is there any comments from the audience? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve item 6.13? Oh, we do have one, sorry.
You're getting the charge for
Can-
Can't hear me?
Oh, boy.
Priscilla Askew, 2705 East Guadalupe Circle, East Chicago. For the shredding, I noticed that the East Chicago Education Foundation will be shredding on August the 5th. It's free.
Yes, it is,
So
every year.
have you thought about talking with them? It could save some money.
Yeah, they love paper.
It's been on Facebook for at least about 2 weeks, and it'll be on there for a minute and more.
Okay, any other discussions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve item 6.13?
Motion to approve 6.
Trustee Smith made the motion to approve item 6.13. Is there a second? I'll second that motion. Are there any discussions?
Yes. I do have some serious questions about this particular shredding. I think that this contract, I think this should be tabled and explained a little bit more. The scanning and the shredding, I think it should be, like I said, more detail. How long are you gonna shred? What are you gonna shred? Are you going all the way back from the Senators to the Rough Riders, or are you just going to Cardinals? And how many years you're gonna go back, and how long you're gonna shred before we make this decision? And the cost. And I think it should be another, some more bids should come up before we come to this conclusion. Because it could say, it might take 3 years just to shred 2 years. You could shred it, but you gotta scan it also, because you have to have that information in a cloud.
But I'll second that motion if it's passed. That's what I'm seconding too. I'm sorry with that. I'm seconding what you said.
Yeah. I don't care what they say.
So yours was a motion? Was that a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'll make the
Just saying,
motion.
we do get that on the table.
All right, motion made by trustee Gomez at table, seconded by trustee Gibson King. Are there
Yes.
any discussions on the table? I do have a discussion. This was an item that was presented to us several meetings ago, and you've explained the scanning part as well. I'm not sure if the shredding was also involved in this.
Shredding was a part of it.
Was it part? Okay.
And we did get 3 quotes that I turned in.
Yeah, we do see that as well, or I see the recommendation from the 3 quotes.
Correct.
Okay, and can you explain again why it's important that we shred or?
Because there's paper everywhere, and the manpower. That's the real problem, is the manpower. There's only 2 people in our department right now, and we can't go through through everything. They've gone through all the boxes, have told us what needs to be shredded. They go by, I can't remember what the organization is called, but for student records, how long we have to keep them. So a lot of things we will be keeping, but it's the manpower, it's someone coming here, picking it up, because it's not just here. It's at every building where we're just, some rooms are just occupied just with paper.
So I know that even at the county, we have somebody who comes at least once a year, and they just come in, we bring all our stuff, and they pretty much shred everything. So I guess my question is, that was mentioned by Ms. Askew in terms of, having this company maybe come to each of the buildings or bring it all into one location. Would that be a suggestion, or is it?
I'd be
just
more
too
concerned
much?
about sensitive documents. I don't know what this organization does. But if they wanted to come and meet, I'd be open to a conversation, especially if it's free.
They shred on site. They gonna take it away. They shred right there on site.
Okay.
So,
If I can,
go ahead.
President Taylor?
yes. So just a couple of things we need to keep in mind, that it's not so much as shredding, but it's also the storage of the information, because once we shred it, we're not gonna have no access to it. So no matter how we look at this is gonna be a very costly task. So I think we need to entertain the idea or the thought of, do we just put a stopping point and then just do a starting point from this point forward, then we start scanning and shredding? Because I don't think there's no cost-effective way to go around about this, because it's not just shredding. I mean, shredding, yes, there's so many companies that could do it, even for free, like Ms. Askew just stated, but it's the scanning part of it. We still need to have those records. So if we shred them, we're not gonna have records. We may need to identify what records we could do away with, what records we need to keep. But I think we need to look at what's the stopping point and what's the starting point, because I think no matter how we look at this, it's going to be very costly to go back and scan all those documents.
Mr. Chair,
Trustee Gomez?
this is a point of order. Attorney Harris, the motion is for table and second.
Yes,
That does not require any debate, correct?
it does not.
Can we just go straight to the vote then, please?
Before we do that, I'd like to hear from Dr. Bornay. He was holding for a while.
Thank you, Vice President Rodriguez. I just wanted to also point out that the administration building, which has a number of these documents, will be relocating. So in terms of the cost of now moving those documents, as opposed to having that company, whichever that company is, come and pick up those documents, will also incur additional costs, as we also have to identify space to put those documents once we relocate.
Hearing no more discussions, Madam Secretary, roll call on the table.
Yes.
Yes, I'll table, yes.
Trustee Gibson King.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
President Taylor.
Yes.
Okay, item 6.14, approval of second reading for policy 7540, computer technology and networks, 7540.02, corporation webpage, 754.04, and staff technology, acceptable use and safety, PO 7450, as well as property inventory. So let me repeat that again. So PO 7540 is computer technology and networks. PO 7540-02 is corporation webpage. PO 7540.04 is staff education technologies. And then I think we're missing, unless, this list is part of it. So technology acceptable use and safety, and of course, PO 7450, which is property inventory. Is there any discussions or any comments from the audience? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve item 6.14?
Mr. Chair, motion to approve 6.14.
Motion made by trustee Gomez. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Secretary Smith. Are there any discussions? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, roll call.
Trustee Gibson King.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
President Taylor.
Yes.
Item 6.15, approval of personnel report. Before we, okay, we'll open it up to comments first.
All right, Reggie Tisdale, 4801 Walsh, East Chicago South Side. I just got a question about 43-9. That's my first question. This is a teacher. Now, if I'm reading this line correctly, it said up for an administration increase. And I've never seen that before, teachers getting an administration increase. I was just curious how that happens.
Is there a page number?
It's 43-9. I don't have the pages in front of me.
Yeah, that is under a teacher's contract.
Page 8, possibly.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't have the page number.
Yeah, it was,
I mean, I just got that question.
Gotcha.
You can think about it and comment later. But, and then these other ones down below that certainly pertain to the administrative salary schedule proposal, 44-10 to 58-24, and then skipping one, 60-26. Now, if you see the document that I prepared from Indiana Gateway for Government Units, all these employees since 2020 have received between a 5 and 8% raise each year. They're all a little bit different. And if any of them have trouble reading their paycheck for those 5 years, I can help them out. I can do that professional development, okay? Because I heard comments before, I never got anything. Well, I can sure help that person out. I think any employee from the different groups in this room would welcome a 5% every year. Welcome a 5%. Not to mention a 6, and a couple of people got 8%. So anyway, I would hope you either table this or get together and make a more sensible compensation increase than the one that I've been reading. I'm not sure how many people, I know I don't deserve a $10,000 increase July 1. I sure don't deserve a $30,000 increase July 1. Okay? I just think as a tax-paying resident of East Chicago, I just think it's a slap in the face for every janitor, clerk, security worker who makes $17,000 a year, Teamsters, bus drivers, teachers, aides, paras, food service workers. It's just a slap in the face to see this on their school city personnel report. So please vote no to this, but just reconfigure something more sensible is all I would ask as a taxpayer. Thank you.
Is there any comments from the audience? Dr. Bourdais, did you want to, you have any
I'll just reiterate the comments I made during the superintendent's report regarding administrative salary schedule. We'll also note that pending the board's approval of certain recommendations for restructuring in the next school year, one of those recommendations does include performance-based raises for administrators. So as you're looking at these salaries now, there will be no movement on administrative salaries for next year, and specifically addressing administrative salaries.
I'm sorry.
Dr. Bonnier, can you just explain that this is approval for personnel of 24, 25?
That is correct. So the salaries were already included in the budget because the board approved the 24-25 salary schedule.
Is there any other comments from the audience before I go to the motion? Okay, is there a motion to approve?
Can I make another comment, please?
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, you know, what board meetings ago, Dr. Bornase eloquently went through this Senate Bill 1, how we're getting hurt. You know, the Senate Bill 1, how it's gonna hurt us the next 2 years. $3 million less shortfall. And now, a couple of months later, now we're talking about a cash grab for certain people. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how this could have been in the budget, and now we know we're losing $3 million. God bless you, shut down the Learning Center, that's gonna save money. But I just don't understand this. I mean, it really shocked me when I saw it, and I just don't understand it. Now, I would just hope you reconfigure something else for these, something more reasonable for these administrators, very deserving administrators. I know most of them. Thank you.
Is there a motion to approve item 6.15?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, motion made by trustee Smith. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Taylor. Are there any discussions?
Mr. Chair,
Trustee Gomez.
thank you. I'd like to make a secondary motion that we approve the salary schedule minus the administrative salaries that are, that were brought up by the audience, members of the audience. I too feel that, and I know it's after the fact of 24, 25, but, you know, we talk about about building a performance based in the future. And yet what we're dealing with right now is just, you have another year, here, we're gonna give you some more money. And I know we can't go back and talk about performance, but I agree there needs to be a better way of doing this. I agree with Mr. Tisdale that there is a better way. And I think we're just sliding along in, I just don't understand the financial situation that we're in and that every school district is in, that we're just continuing to funnel money to administrators, deserving or not. I can't make a comment on that, but I just feel that we need to slow down and maybe pump the brakes on this, at least the administrative salary, which is built into this packet, which mirrors the very same one that we just looked at a minute ago and that we just tabled. This makes no sense to me. You know, we're talking about a shortfall of money, and then this salary schedule and this one for 24, 25, and 25, 26 are the exact same salaries. Now we're going to build performance into next year.
Mr. President.
We've already given them, you know, significant raises here. I just don't get this. Financially, as the fiscal body of this district, this makes no sense.
Trustee Smith?
I do understand what both Mr. Tinsdale and Trustee Gomez are talking about. This particular salary schedule was done in October of 2024. It was never voted on, if you understand what I'm saying. So that some of this was by State Boards of Accounts retro pay because we did not follow through on our salary scale. So that's a 24, 25. 25, 26 is what I made a mistake, and I'll say that, and I said no, not to table it, but this is 24, 25. And 26, 27, it will be an entirely different process in evaluating your work performance. You will be evaluated upon your work performance. If you didn't meet your goal on your work performance, then you don't get your raise. I mean, so that makes you have the incentive to do what you need to do. But this was already in place in 24, 25, and from my understanding, that was October of 24, 25, and this board voted for this, but it never got through, and State Boards of Accounts sanctioned us for that. So we had, state board, it's in your, state boards of accounts. So I understand what you're saying, but this is 24, 25. Now we're in 26, 27. So I don't know what to tell you all to do, but these people, you know, just like when we get ready to do the teacher's contract, we got to think about cost of living, we got to think about cost of gas, we got to think about all of those things. So when you're negotiating salaries, you got to think about the cost of living of everybody. I know what you're saying, but when we talked about this money is already allocated to pay those salaries from 24, 25, if you understand what I'm saying, Mr. Tinsdale.
I definitely understand what you're saying. Don't make no sense, but.
It might not make sense to you, but I'm just saying, I'm gonna use me as an example. If I worked, I want a raise.
These people got raises since 2020, 5 to 8% a year. Who else gets that? Not Mr. Mobley, not these other employee groups.
They have a union, those are union reps, and they should have their union reps represent them with that. I'm not gonna go back and forth with that. I was an administrator, and I'm gonna tell you what I'll tell anybody. I'll tell you, I was an administrator, and I had to go before not teachers, union workers, and I would tell them, go to the highest, and then you'll meet me in the middle. I mean, I understand what you're saying, it's very frustrating, but this is something we got cited on State Board of Accounts in 24, 25. Now, we can table it, but then guess what? Eventually, we're gonna have to approve it, because guess what? The longer we don't approve it, the more retro pay we gotta pay them. Does that make sense to you?
Of course, but you can table it and reconfigure something else, something new. That's more sensible. This is not sensible.
Let me
Giving people $10,000 to $20,000, $30,000 raises overnight.
let me
No,
start by
everybody's
let me
not
start by
getting
saying this.
$7,000.
As we,
I have a quick question.
okay, Trustee Taylor.
Mr. Chair, I'm
Can
sorry.
someone,
I'm sorry, Madam President, but just for clarity's sake, because I forgot, did I make a motion to table this? Or no, I made it to approve. Madam President, proceed, I'm sorry. I just remembered what I said.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so can someone confirm to me, the administrators are currently on a teacher contract, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And can someone confirm to me if these administrators actually got that 5% raise last year?
I can, no.
It's on the Indiana government. It's on the school corporation sent the information to the Indiana Gateway. It's so easy to Google it up and look at it.
Trustee Gutierrez.
No, this was last year where the teachers did get 5, but the administrators were not allowed 5. I believe it was 3% or lower.
Oh, my goodness. All you gotta do is look it up. I did the research. I put it there.
One second.
I would not
Mr.
be lying
Tisdale,
in
you
front of
ha-
my
I understand, Mr. Tisdale. I was just asking for someone from administration to confirm that for me.
right now, it's the board discussion. It's no, the comments for the community is ended. Now it's up to us to discuss this. Trustee Taylor, were you done?
Yeah.
I just wanted to confirm if they were given that raise last year or not, the administrators.
Yeah,
Uh,
I had something to say too, Mr. President.
Okay, one second. Dr. Bonet, you want to respond to that?
Yes, I do just want to further add, so as one of the superintendent goals, the board directed the superintendent to develop a draft multi-year financial stabilization plan and implement immediate measures to address projected deficits and ensure long-term stability. That plan was submitted to the board at the beginning of June. So my comment is that that plan was submitted. It did account for a number of cost savings over the course of 3 years, and I received no feedback on that plan to address. So I think the absence of the gap in understanding is that our community is seeing a $300,000 raise, and they don't have another piece of information, which was how we address that money and where that money is going to come from over the next 3 years.
And I also like to say this, as finance chair, one of the main items for the agenda was the salary schedule 2024-2025. I made that a living document on every meeting that we're going to have until it gets cleared. The the 2024-2025 salary schedule is not in compliance. We look at most of these administrators, I believe, I counted 17, there could be more, I don't know. But I counted 17 that were outside of the salary schedule. So whether we held finances, and it's not just, it's all of our faults. Whether we held the finances to pay these individuals, we did. Now we're trying to make it right. This is the 2024-2025 salary schedule. There's a proposed 2025-2026 where we can address. That's still open, that we can have those discussions later on in our finance meeting as well as in front of the board. But at this point right now, my job is to clear the air on the 2024-2025 salary schedule. So with that, Madam Secretary, roll call.
Mr. Chair,
I got something.
Trustee
Go ahead,
Gomez.
Jesse.
I already went. I'll let Trustee Gibson King go.
Oh, well, it was my understanding that the last school board meeting that so many items were tabled. Is that correct, Dr. Bonet? Were they, so many of these items were tabled? And I think they were tabled for discussion. So we've not had any discussion. We're having open discussion now. I don't think that's right. So first, we didn't have no discussion about it at all, because I was under the impression that once we had some discussion about it.
That's incorrect.
Pardon?
That's incorrect.
No, okay, what was it then? Wasn't it table? It was table, wasn't it?
The items table were items 7 through 30.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Those items were tabled. Right, I didn't say the whole personnel report. So, and it was tabled because we were going to have some discussion.
No, your statement that we were going to have discussion is incorrect.
So
Because
why did we
the
table it?
board had a discussion on this salary schedule, this administrative salary schedule over the course from June of last year
Not
to
speaking of
October.
that, I'm not talking about then, Dr.
We,
Bonet.
you can't divorce the two.
I'm not
You
divorcing
can't-
anything.
You can't
So
say
why
we
did we
didn't have a
table it then?
discussion on a table, on these items, when you
But
had
we
4
tabled
months.
it
to
from,
discuss.
Let's get some
go
order here,
ahead.
please.
Go ahead.
So, Trustee Gomez.
It was tabled. We didn't discuss it. That's what you're doing now.
Trustee Gomez.
Thank you. Just for clarity's sake, the baked into this personnel report is the administrator's salary schedule from 24-25.
And he put it in
We're-
there, right.
Were any of these individuals paid what is on this page here, the 24-25 salary schedule, or were they paid less than that? Dr. Bernay?
That is correct. Some of the individuals were paid less than what's on the salary schedule.
Okay, so we're not approving this because they got paid $150,000. We paid them what we did, which may have been less than, but this was not approved at that time, so that's why they got less than. And my question is, why would we just continue to funnel money out the door for work that had been done in the past, that the board and the superintendent together, as Trustee Rodriguez said, are both responsible for? Why would we just throw more money at them when there was not this schedule in place? Instead, we're just putting together a schedule and throwing more money at them, which again represents the same one that we just tabled. This doesn't make sense to me. So, we only paid you $130,000. We're gonna pay you $20,000 more just because.
And that's why it was tabled. And we had no discussion.
Make it make sense. I mean, this makes zero sense. This is not, fiscal responsibility for this board is, to me, paramount. I think it's paramount to this. I wish I could say I had a degree in accounting or economics. I have neither. But this makes zero sense, I think, to the population here, that we would pay you $130,000, then 2 years later, we're going to throw $20,000 more at you just because. The previous salary schedule, I think, was the one that could be the one that we referenced for that salary in 24-25. But to just create another one and throw more money at them makes zero sense for a district that's in the fiscal situation that we're in right now. And moving forward.
Okay.
Trustee Gomez,
Yes.
no disrespect. This is not a question and answer situation right now, but I will suggest that if you all want to come back, we do have open finance meetings. Nobody shows up. Nobody. And it's live stream. We are having a finance meeting Monday,
29th.
the 29th. Be here if you want to discuss this, because we're not going to be here all night going back and forth with this. So for now, my suggestion is table it and be here the 29th and make because a decision is going to be made Monday whether you're here or not. Simple as that.
2025, 2026, right.
Mr. Chair, I'm in favor of that. I'll make the
Case
motion.
is closed with it.
I'll make the motion to table,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, table it, you can table it,
Thank you.
Trustee Gomez,
Gomez.
until
you.
Monday. And everybody be
Fair.
here. That way, it won't be any discretion or anything. You can lay it out on the table, and it won't be to 9 o'clock getting out of here.
I'm good. I'm good with
And I would
that.
appreciate that.
Thank you, trustee Smith.
Motion to table.
Motion made by trustee Gomez, second by trustee Gibson King. Are there any discussions? Hearing none on the table. Madam Secretary, roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez,
No.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
and President Taylor. President Taylor,
Yes.
All right. Next item. Item 6.16, approval of textbook adoption.
Mr. President, before we move on to the next item, just somewhat of a housekeeping matter, but I understand the last matter was tabled. Is it possible, and this is more of a question for Superintendent Bornay, to separate out that issue from the entire personnel report? Because I think it only convolutes the issue, and I think it's mixing apples with oranges. So this is my recommendation, separate that out for further discussion
But-
and consideration by the board.
Okay, and let me, yes, Ms. Harris, because he also have in this personnel report the salary scale. Why would that be?
Yeah.
You have that in there too,
Right
so
in
we
there,
have to take that out. He has it attached in there. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I understand Attorney Harris's comments. The board has already voted, and I think we need to move on.
Thank you.
All right, on the next item, 6.16, is there any comments from the audience? And this is in regards to approval of textbook adoption. Dr. Bournet.
Have Dr. Yanders or Ms. Gutierrez come and speak to our textbook adoption.
We got an exec session before Monday, right? No, we got an exec session, right, so we can add that shit into the, so that we can.
I'm a visual person, and I have to see the words.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, I know you all can probably good with auditory, but I have to see it. So I want to share this with you all. On one side, it explains the adoption, the textbook adoption process. Well, it doesn't explain it. It has it's an FAQ. And I'll wait till I get back to the mic before Ms. Navarro breaks my neck for not being at the microphone. Okay. So textbook adoption process. On the first sheet is from the Indiana Department of Education where, and it's a FAQ, they had more questions, but I just want to get to the point that every 6 years, what happens is the IDOE, they vet vendors or they vet curriculum, vendors, and they give us a list of those that are approved that we can adopt. They do this review every 6 years, but on every 6 years, every year, they review, say, first year's math, second year's language arts. So they have a rotation. School City of East Chicago somewhere dropped out of that rotation. and they went to approve curriculum every 3 years. And it makes it difficult to keep up and stay in alignment with what the state is doing when they're approving different vendors. So what happened was 2 of our major contents, science and social studies, somewhere got lost in the loop. If we were on a regular rotation, there will only be 1 subject being adopted per year. On the back of this sheet that I gave to you all, oh, Ms. Gutierrez, I gave them this. Okay. On the back of this sheet is a scale that we put together, a schedule, so you all could be familiar and aware what's coming down the pipe year after year, up to the year 32, 33, okay? If you look on the first part where it says during the 25-26 school year, because math was only adopted for 3 years, now we have to go into another contract for another 2 years. When we do shorter contracts with these vendors, we pay more money. So we want to put ourselves back in the loop of the every 6 years, and that's why you see the adoptions of science, social studies. The preschool curriculum is part of it because we moved them from Carrigosh to the various buildings, because now we're going to be a preschool. So they have to have a curriculum. Once again, in a normal rotation, there will only be 1 major content area, maybe a minor one, like one of the electives. But because we dropped out of the rotation, we have to pick up 2 this year. Now you go down to the next one for 26-27 school year. For that one, we have to, guess what? Renew language arts for 3 years because we dropped out of the rotation. Then we have social studies. These will all be current. So you'll only have 1, and it's not so much the adoption of the ELA because they're going to keep the same vendor, Savis. It's just the approval of that claim when it comes across your desk next May, okay? Then after that, it says SEC textbook adoption schedule. So then Mrs. Gutierrez and I, we kind of sat down, we was like, okay, now we're back into the swing of things. After that school year, after you get through 26-27, you got 27-28, you'll have math. We'll go through the process in 27-28. It will be implemented in 28 and 29. As stated before, somewhere School City East Chicago got out of the loop. There was a couple of reasons that were given to me. One of them is the teachers weren't comfortable with it, but yet when they went to go renew it, they still picked up the same curriculum. So that cost more money. But if you do the 6 year, it's less money, and we're in alignment. We are aligned to the state vetting process that they do every 6 years. All right, Ms. Tisdale? That sounds right. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Tisdale, for seconding that.
Is there any comments from the community? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve item 6.16?
I make a motion to approve 6.16.
Motion made by trustee Smith. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Taylor. Are there any discussions?
Mr. Chair.
Trustee Gomez.
I don't like when things get dropped on my desk, right before the meeting.
I just thought about this at the last minute, Mr. Gomez, because that's the way I
understand.
think.
I'm not blaming you.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm not. And I'm just frustrated, and this is why I voted no on a previous item that ended up 2-2. It's not that I was against the idea. I'm against the idea that we continue to drop things on the trustee's desk the day of the meeting, and they're added onto the agenda the day of or day before. You don't have time to read this, to digest it, to think about it, to be responsible board members. We got sent something the other day about good governance. I think we should be practicing good governance all the way around here. And it doesn't seem to be working that way. It only seems to be good governance when it comes to the board, but not necessarily to the administration. That's where my frustration lies here.
Gotcha.
I just, for some clarity, during 26-27, under the line item of math, you said 26-27 through 27-28. Then 28, 29 will begin a 6-year cycle, is that correct?
That will be correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. And the same thing for preschool Frog Street? It will start after, 6 years after 2930 is completed?
So for preschool Frog Street, we adopt them to this year, then as you can see, it'll still be current for 29 through 30. Yes, sir.
Right. And then at that point, we're going to go into another, hopefully 6-year, whatever cycle.
There you go.
Okay, I'm voting no on it, but just, not that I'm disagreeing with it, I'm disagreeing with the
I
process.
get it. You're voting no on the dropping it on your table
I
right
really
now.
would like to know more. I really do. I don't like stuff dropped on my desk the day of. I really don't like it. Again, it's not a pick at you.
Get it.
It's, we got to do things better here.
I get it. And it was something that I just thought about, because I am a visual person.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
And I'm like, well, how can I help me explain it?
Right.
I
good.
was just prepared to just come up here and talk, but I wanted to express it or show you like how I learned. I have to see it. Like even sometimes when people talk to me, you'll see me looking up in the air because I have to see the words up on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, but I am a visual
Oh, it
person.
don't sound crazy, thank you.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to expound on what
Yeah,
trustee
and-
Gomez said, the same thing
Yeah.
too, because, as you know, I am a paper person.
Okay.
And I do like to read stuff before I vote on it or get a better understanding of what I'm reading and what I'm voting on. I know that happened at the last school board meeting when I was given something right at the school board meeting. And I have been explaining to our superintendent of schools, don't have nothing laying on the desk at the school board meeting because you've not given me a chance to digest, read it, check off if I need to ask questions. I can't do that.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to apologize also, because I did notice that it was missing, but with curriculum adoption, the process involving the teachers, this was a very timely event for them to make a very informative decision. And we're already late in the game with getting it approved. And I just want everybody to be informed that with the delay of the textbook adoption, it's delay of professional development, it's delay of putting the curriculum in the teacher's hands. So we want to make sure that everyone's aware that it will affect the opening of the school.
And Ms. Gutierrez, I appreciate that. Again, I'm sorry, thank you, Mr. Chair. That old saying of a lack of planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. I feel very strongly about that.
And I feel strongly that you would trust the teachers and the curriculum directors.
I do trust them. I don't trust the process. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
We really need you to approve it tonight so that we could have it in our hands for start of school.
I made my statement very clear. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Any other discussions?
Mr. President, can I ask one question?
Harris.
Yes, I heard in the overview that for the longer contract periods, there's certain savings
Yes, sir.
that you would achieve. What are those savings?
I don't have those numbers right in my hand right now, but there is some savings to it. 3 years compared to 6 years.
And I think that's part of the information that the trustees would be looking for is not just whether to approve it based upon your recommendation, but a portion of your recommendation is for a certain period of time for the contract. And that might make sense, but there's no numbers associated with it.
Right,
So
'cause-
it's difficult for them to make that type of decision to say, yes, your recommendation makes sense, but there are no numbers. We're talking about a purchase, but no numbers.
Right.
And in that also is the profession. I really want to stress the importance of that professional development and getting that curriculum in the teacher's hands. Thank you, Ms. Steinbeck. I want to reiterate on that one.
Trustee Smith.
I'm sorry, I do understand what you're saying, and I do understand what trustee Gomez and probably everybody else on this board feels. You can't just drop anything
Absolutely.
at the last minute and think that it's gonna be approved, because we have to approve, because we're talking thousands of dollars. But I also know the importance of having things in a timely manner, having all your information given to us at one time. And I can't go against, I'm gonna go with my gut. If it's for my kids and they have to have it now, I'm just gonna say yes, whether they go with it or not. From my heart, I want them to be able, I want the teachers to be able to have what they need. I understand what everybody's saying, but sometimes you have to go from your heart as opposed to your, the cost. If the teacher says, a teacher comes up here and tells you, we need it right now, teachers have to be prepared for school. If they're not prepared, then you're gonna say, well, our school is failing. Well, hell, because you didn't get the equipment that they needed. And I'm gonna say yes, because I have to excuse myself. Thank you.
I do have a question. Before you, Trustee Smith, before you leave, you got to vote. I do have a quick question. So textbook curriculum has been, the school city of East Chicago has been working on that for how long?
What do you mean?
As far as the actual curriculum, how long have we?
6 months? Yeah, it's been about 6 months.
About 6 months? Okay. All right. And then,
Because the process is long. The process is long. It's like, we did RFQs, everything. We've done that, and then we vetted them. We had them do presentation after presentation after presentation after presentation.
now, you mentioned
Teacher
RFQ.
workdays. Yeah.
Okay, did we have a price on the prior, because you said RFQ, or you just asked for qualifications? Is that all you asked for?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And you know what? In actuality, the state already does that. At the paper that I gave you from the IDOE, the state already does that. They vet the vendors, and they give us the approved list.
Okay,
We just do that as an extra added measure.
gotcha.
But the state already goes through that whole vetting process for us.
Okay. All right, is there any other question from the board? I do want to pause for a second because I know Trustee Smith had to go really quick to the restroom, so if we can give her about maybe a minute or two.
But she already said yes on it.
We still have, yeah, it's a form.
Cause I got to go there too now.
Yeah, we're just about done here.
It's hurrying up everything
It's
now.
about to be a trickle down effect. Be like the kids in kindergarten. I gotta go now. I gotta go now.
All right. And it's good to see that the teachers' union was supporting it as well. So,
Yep, she sure
Okay.
was. Thank you. She was
Yeah.
on the committee. Thank you, Ms. Steinbeck. Reggie, you want to sing for us while we're waiting?
we are on item 6.16, approval of textbooks adoption. Okay.
You sure? You don't want to sing? Oh, that's so sweet. Reggie, you can say the national anthem. All the fight for games. Yeah.
Drop my bass voice.
Yeah.
As soon as I see her. Madam Secretary, roll call.
Yes, I'm gonna vote on it because, listening to what everybody's saying here, it is a need for this to be expedited here, but I'm gonna make this be my last time voting on something that I find that I don't have a chance to read or digest, or like they're asking for costs now. We don't have costs, on any of this. So my vote will be yes, but it'll be the last time that I do this. Thank you.
No.
Chairman Rodriguez,
Yes.
Trustee Smith,
Yes, and I agree with Trustee Gibson. This will be the last time we get things at the last minute.
President Taylor.
Yes.
All right, next item is item 7,
Thank you.
public forum. Attorney Harris?
I don't know what I did with it. Read it, I'll just find it.
No problem.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, hold on. Good evening. If you signed up to speak tonight, please step to the podium. Your comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Please state your name and your address. Do not discuss any individual personnel matters, and be respectful of the audience, the staff, and the school board members. Thank you.
Miss Julian
Her
Howard.
name?
Yep, Jillian Howder.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
it's 6852 Old Porter Road, Portage. Good evening, members of the board and administration. My name is Jillian Howder, and I'm a proud parent of a child in the district. I've worked as a paraprofessional now for 6 years, going on 7. Like many paraprofessionals across the district, I've stepped into responsibilities that are far beyond my job description because of our staffing shortages. It's really left us no other option at times. That being said, I'm here tonight because I care deeply about our students and our schools. I want this district to succeed, but I'm concerned that some of the decisions being made at a district level don't match what we're experiencing in our classrooms each and every day. I attended our recent contract negotiations and repeatedly heard that the district could not afford permanent raises for paraprofessionals. We were told money was tight. We were worried about possible layoffs. We were told there just simply wasn't any funding available. At the same time, budget documents reflected significant funding for administrators' salary increases. For more frontline employees, that created a difficult question. If resources are limited, why are the people working most directly with these students being asked to do more with less? Paraprofessionals continue to fill gaps throughout the district. We cover classrooms. We support students with significant academic and behavioral needs. We step in wherever we're needed because our students depend on us. But there's a difference between stepping up and being stretched too thin. Last year, my ED room was operating with 1 paraprofessional. To attend union negotiations, just for an example, I had to get our dean of students involved. I want you guys to think about that for a moment. A building administrator had to leave his own responsibilities simply to make sure that 1 classroom remained safe. If he had not been available, 1 staff member would have been left alone with multiple students who required intense behavioral support. That's not fair to the students. It's not fair to the staff. And when staffing reaches that point, student learning suffers. Safety becomes harder to maintain and families become frustrated. And the people left holding everything together become exhausted. At nearly every board meeting, we hear the phrase, "do what's best for students." And I agree. But if we truly believe that, then we have to be willing to ask some really hard questions. How's constant staff turnover what's best for students? How is struggling to attract and retain quality educators what's best for students? How's operating classrooms with ongoing staffing shortages what's best for students? And how is asking support staff to continuously absorb additional responsibilities what's best for students? Students deserve stability. They deserve consistency, and they deserve classrooms staffed with qualified adults who want to be here, and not most importantly, but very importantly, can afford to be here. Every time we lose experienced employees, students lose relationships. Every time positions remain vacant, the burden shifts to the people who remain. And every time frontline staff are told there's no room and a budget to invest in them, while resources are allocated elsewhere, trust is damaged. This isn't about pointing fingers. It isn't about making sure our actions are lining up with exactly what we say as a district that we believe. If students truly come first, then our budget priorities should reflect just that. I respectfully ask the board to invest in the people who work directly with students every single day, supporting paraprofessionals, teachers, and frontline staff. It's not just an investment in our employees. It's an investment in student safety, student success, and the future of this district. Thank you very much.
What school you teach at? What school she said she teach at?
Thank you, Mr.
She at Lincoln? Lincoln School?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm at Lincoln.
Okay, thank you.
apologize.
Mr. Brandon Bowles, please.
Good evening, members of the board and superintendent. My name is Brandon Bowles. Address 300 South Ashland. I'm here on behalf of the dedicated support staff who serve this district every day. Transportation employees, who are often the first district employees students see each morning and the last employees they see before returning home. Security officers do more than provide security. They build relationships, de-escalate conflicts, and help students navigate difficult moments. Maintenance employees create the environment that allows learning to take place. Paraprofessionals provide critical support to students and teachers and often a key factor in helping students achieve success. This is why many of our members were disappointed to learn that while they were told resources were limited, salary increases were improved for management personnel during the same period. Now, let me be clear. This is not about whether managers deserve fair compensation. Every employee deserves to be valued for the work they perform. The concern is about priorities. The frontline employees who interact with students every day continue to be asked to do more while being told there is little room to invest in them. Our members simply want to know that the work they do, the sacrifices they make, and the impact they have on students are valued in the same way. Because when we invest in the people who support students, we invest in student success itself. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Ms. Helen Steinbach, are you done? You paid, yeah, you did. But that was a good thing. Okay, thank you. That concludes our, community forum.
Item 8 is trustee remarks. We'll start off with trustee Gibson King.
I don't have anything to say, thank you.
Okay. Next, we'll start off with trustee Gomez.
Thank you. Just 3 items. First one is, today I noticed that over at the Dr. Kendrick Youth Voices United Center, it's at 3601 Grand Boulevard, they opened up the Gratitude Cafe. It's a mobile shop there that they have. They serve tea, desserts, et cetera, and I would encourage the community to go there and support them. I did meet a couple of Dr. Kendrick's children there, and we're trying to make sure that that center is providing some useful service for our students, our children throughout the summer months and into the fall months as well. Gratitude Cafe, 3601 Grand Boulevard. The second item, I want to congratulate Hammond Superintendent Tony Salinas on becoming approved by the board recently in the school city of Hammond. Tony Salinas is a longtime friend and actually a graduate of the East Chicago School District. It's unfortunate we couldn't hire him here. On number 3, the last item is I want to also congratulate Patricia Mota. And unfortunately, my phone died because there were some great quotes by her. Patricia Mota is the president and CEO of ASE, which is the Hispanic Alliance for Career Enhancement, based in Chicago. She's also an East Chicago graduate. She was featured recently, and whenever anybody can get tickets to get into the Obama Library, you'll find Patricia Mota's story there. I'd like to hope that we could feature her on our website as well, and congratulate Superintendent Salinas on our website for his ascension to the superintendency of Hammond. That concludes my remarks.
Madam President Taylor?
I will save my remarks for the next meeting.
Yeah, I just had one question to ask.
Madam Gibson King?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Dr. Burnett, do you have any, do you know when we are going to go and visit the other 4 schools before school start? Because the only school that we visited was Washington. The schools.
I'm sorry, what's your question?
The question is that, we have to go there to see if it's adequate for the kids to go there for the school year of August. And my understanding, I only went to one school to see if it was appropriate.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, we went to.
You're saying that board members go and approve schools
No,
before
not
they
to
open?
approve schools, no.
What do
We
you-
went
what-
there,
What's your
we
question?
went to Washington to see if it was adequate enough for the children to come in for the Cary Gardner School.
Oh, you're talking about pre-K classrooms?
Yes, pre-K.
So
yes.
right now, we're revamping the bathrooms.
Yes.
So what's your request?
Question is, when are we gonna go to look at the other 4 schools?
We'll schedule when they're complete. We'll work
Okay,
with our
that's what the
department.
community was concerned about, their children. Thank you.
Trustee Smith?
Believe it or not, I have no comments. I think they said enough for me to absorb. Thank you.
Our next date and time for the next meeting is Tuesday, July 14th, here at the Administration Building at 6 o'clock. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made by trustee Gomez, second by trustee Gibson King. Madam Secretary, roll call.
Trustee Gibson King? Yes. Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
President Taylor?
Yes.
All right, that concludes our meeting. Thank you very much on TV land and as well as here in person. Thank you.